Ever thought about how much plastic you use in a day? From the moment we wake up to the second we drift off to sleep, plastic is an integral part of our lives. It's in our toothbrushes, our coffee cups, our phones, our cars, our clothes, and countless other everyday items. It's so ingrained in our daily routines that we often don't even notice it. However, this very convenience is part of a larger paradox. While plastic has revolutionized our lives with its versatility and durability, it's that very durability that is causing harm to our planet. This paradox is what we're going to explore today as we delve into 10 concerning facts about plastic. We'll uncover the true scale of our global plastic consumption, the lifespan of plastic products, the threat of microplastics, the impact on marine life, the potential health hazards, the complexities of recycling, the economic implications, future fears, and finally, how small actions can make a big impact. As we delve into these facts, consider the implications of our daily plastic usage. The first unsettling fact about plastic, its sheer quantity. Globally, our production of this material is staggering. Each year, we churn out nearly 300 million metric tons of plastic, a weight equivalent to the entire human population. Now picture this, an estimated 8 million metric tons of this plastic waste finds its way into our oceans annually. That's like dumping a garbage truck full of plastic into the sea every minute of every day. It's mind-boggling, isn't it? Now consider this. Only a fraction of this plastic waste is ever recycled. The rest? It either ends up in landfills, incinerated, or worse, littering our natural environment. This includes our beautiful oceans, where it poses a serious threat to marine life. With such quantities, it's no surprise that plastic pollution is a pressing issue. It's a quandary of quantity, a problem of massive proportions, and it's high time we faced up to it. Our second fact sheds light on plastic's unnervingly long lifespan. Imagine this. The plastic bag you used for your groceries this morning, it could take anywhere from 10 to 1,000 years to decompose, and that's just the start. The plastic water bottle you drank from at lunch, it could stick around for up to 450 years. And those disposable diapers, they're not going anywhere for about 500 years. This sluggish decomposition process wreaks havoc on our environment. As plastics break down, they release harmful chemicals into the soil, water, and air. These toxins not only pollute our planet, but also harm wildlife and even make their way into our food chain. To put it in perspective, the plastic straw from your morning coffee, it will exist long after we're gone, lingering in our environment for up to 200 years. The plastic straw from your morning coffee will outlive us all. Fact number 3, the invisible threat of microplastics. These are tiny fragments of plastic less than 5 millimeters in size, often invisible to the naked eye. They're born from the breakdown of larger plastic items, from bottles to bags, through natural weathering processes. But how do these minuscule menaces end up in our food chain, you may wonder? When microplastics enter our waterways, they are mistaken for food by marine life. Once ingested, they don't leave the body, accumulating over time. This accumulation could then be passed up the food chain, all the way to our dinner plates. And it's not just seafood. Microplastics have been found in everything from honey to table salt. Yes, plastic is not just a visible litter on our beaches or in our parks. It's in the food we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe. Microplastics are hidden yet omnipresent menace. Our fourth fact highlights the suffering inflicted on marine life. The vast blue oceans, once a haven for diverse species, have now become a deadly trap, thanks to our insatiable use of plastic. Stories of sea turtles entangled in plastic fishing nets or whales with stomachs full of plastic bags are no longer just stories. They are grim realities of the world we live in today. When plastics break down, they don't disappear. Instead, they form microplastics, which are ingested by a variety of marine species. From the smallest plankton to the largest whales, none are spared from this plastic menace. The impact doesn't stop there. These plastic-filled creatures become part of the food chain, cascading the problem up to the apex predators and eventually to us, humans. The silent victims of our convenience-driven lifestyle, these sea creatures are silently bearing the brunt of our plastic usage. To save them, we need to rethink our relationship with plastic. Fact 5, the peril plastic poses to human health. We often overlook the intimate relationship between plastic and our health. Plastics are practically everywhere, and unfortunately, so are their side effects. Let's delve into the more insidious risks. Chemical leaching, for instance, is a silent assailant. Certain plastics contain harmful chemicals like bisphenol A, commonly known as BPA, which can seep into our food and drinks. Research indicates that BPA exposure may lead to a multitude of health complications, including hormone disruption and even certain types of cancer. Then, there's the menace of airborne microplastics. Imagine tiny plastic particles floating in the air, invisible to the naked eye but considerable in their potential harm. These particles can be inhaled, entering our respiratory system and potentially causing various ailments. Plastic, it seems, is not just an environmental concern, but a public health issue too. Our health unknowingly is at stake. Our sixth fact uncovers the riddles of recycling. Now, we all believe that recycling is the knight in shining armor, the remedy to our plastic problem. But here's a sobering thought. It's not as straightforward as it seems. In fact, the complexities and inefficiencies of plastic recycling are enough to boggle the mind. For starters, not all plastics are created equal. Some are easier to recycle than others, and sadly, many end up in landfills, incinerators, or worse, our oceans. Moreover, it's estimated that only a meager 9% of all plastic waste ever generated has been recycled. Yes, just 9%. So where does the rest go? Into our environment, causing havoc on our wildlife and ecosystems. In addition, recycling requires energy and resources, often leading to more emissions. It's a paradox, really. We recycle to save the environment, yet the process itself can be quite damaging. Recycling, it seems, is not the ultimate solution. Scene script. Fact 7. The economic enigma of plastic. Plastic, though seemingly cheap and convenient, carries a hefty price tag when we factor in the hidden economic costs. Let's delve into this enigma. Our oceans, once pristine and inviting, are now littered with plastic waste. This not only threatens marine life, but also impacts tourism, a significant source of income for many coastal communities worldwide. The sight of plastic-laden beaches and waters discourages tourists, leading to significant revenue losses. Then there's the cost of cleanup. The colossal task of removing plastics from our environment requires substantial financial resources. Governments and organizations spend billions every year on cleanup efforts, funds that could be used to improve public services or invest in sustainable initiatives. But the economic implications don't stop there. Plastic pollution can affect property values, fisheries, and even public health, with potential long-term economic consequences. Plastic pollution, an economic problem too. Our eighth fact explores the fears for our future. In the heart of this plastic paradox, our future hangs in the balance. As we continue to ramp up plastic production, we're heading towards a future that's wrapped, packed, and stacked in plastic. By the middle of this century, it's projected that the quantity of plastic in our world could quadruple. Imagine a world where every coastline is littered with plastic debris, where every meal you eat contains traces of microplastics. If our current trends continue, that could be our reality. It's a chilling forecast, isn't it? Our oceans, our wildlife, and our own health are all at risk. Plastic pollution is not a problem of the distant future. It's a crisis we're living through right now. We're standing at a tipping point, staring down the barrel of a plastic-loaded future. Our future as it stands is plastic. Our final two facts underline the power of small actions. Consider this. We've all heard the phrase reduce, reuse, recycle, but how much impact do these small actions truly have? The answer might surprise you. Reducing our plastic consumption is the first step, and it's simpler than you might think. Swapping out single-use plastics for reusable alternatives can substantially decrease the amount of plastic waste we produce. Imagine if every single one of us decided to carry a reusable water bottle or bring our own shopping bags to the supermarket. The collective outcome would be monumental. Now let's talk about reusing. This isn't just about repurposing an old plastic container into a storage box. It's about creating a culture where we value longevity and sustainability over convenience. It's about choosing products that are designed to last and resisting the throwaway culture that has become so prevalent. When it comes to recycling, it's not just about throwing your plastic bottles into the right bin. It's about understanding the life cycle of the products we use and making informed decisions. This might mean choosing products packaged in materials that are easier to recycle or supporting companies that prioritize recyclable packaging. But what about the bigger picture? Can policy changes make a difference? Absolutely. Governments and businesses around the world have the power to enact meaningful change. Bans on single-use plastics, incentives for recycling, and regulations on plastic production can all contribute to a more sustainable future. So what's the takeaway from all this? It's simple. Every action, no matter how small, adds up. Each reusable bag used, each plastic bottle refused, each informed purchase made, contributes to a larger global effort to combat the plastic problem. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the scale of the issue, but remember, change often starts with a single step, a small action. And as we've seen, these small actions can accumulate, growing into a wave of change that can ultimately reshape our world. Small actions can indeed make a big impact. To recap, we've uncovered 10 unsettling facts about plastic. We've journeyed through the plastic paradox, unmasking the convenience and the curse of this ubiquitous material. We've grappled with the quantity quandary, realizing the colossal scale of our plastic consumption. We've tackled the lifespan dilemma, acknowledging that the longevity of plastic is both a boon and a bane. We've confronted the microplastics menace, understanding the insidious infiltration of these tiny particles into our ecosystems. We've empathized with the marine life misery, witnessing the devastation plastic wreaks on our oceanic companions. We've delved into the human health hazards, exposing the invisible threats plastic poses to our well-being. We've puzzled over the recycling riddles, questioning the efficacy of our current solutions. We've probed the economic enigma, pondering the price we pay for plastic convenience. And we've faced our future fears, visualizing a world suffocated by plastic. But we've also seen the power of small actions, big impact, reminding us that our choices matter. It's time to rethink our relationship with plastic. After all, the future of our planet is in our hands.